Goddess's Journey. Like, comment below, subscribe. Thank you. Hey YouTube, it's Goddess's Journey, and I'm doing a review for Married at First Sight, season 16, episode 10, and we're gonna do Shaquille and Kirsten. So this was an interesting episode. So Kirsten was talking to her friend this episode, and she was talking about how she feels like his schedule was so busy, they don't have enough quality time, and that's something that's important to her, for them to have quality time together, and how she feels like they need more of that for her to feel, feel more connected to him. And then the friend was like, yeah, he needs to make more time for you in order for y'all to connect and to get to know each other better. For my whole thing, which I find kind of funny, as a friends talk about he needs to have quality time with her, but when he did have quality time for her, she didn't want to open up. She doesn't want to touch him. She's not attracted to him. So he's busy now. He has to go back to his regular schedule. He has to continue to do his stuff with his school, do the stuff with his mentees. He has to make income. He has to make money. He can't stand around. Like, I get she wants to spend quality time with him, but when he does spend quality time, he tries to open up and get to know her. She doesn't want to talk about anything. She wants to know everything about him, but she doesn't want to open up and talk about nothing. She's not comfortable telling him, like, opening up or telling him anything. I don't understand that, how she's making that as a point. She needs quality time, and quality time is an important thing for her. That's her, basically her love language, which is fine. Everybody has a love language, and that's important to her. So, during the episode, Shaquille makes time for her, and they go plant shopping, and he's trying to find a plant because, that's another thing that he really likes, growing things. He's into landscaping. He likes plants. So he went to the store, and she didn't like certain plants because, I don't like the way it looks. It looks scary. And it's just like, girl, what the hell is a regular damn plant that you set in your house, you water it, and you take care of it? What's so scary about that? I did not get that. I was like, what the hell, Kirsten? Like, she's very, like, when they really try to get deep with stuff, she's very, like, she is not complex at all, and she's very, like, weird. I don't understand that. Like, I'm not understanding her. So basically, they have also, she didn't want to pick nothing. They finally pick a plant or what have, and they go home, and then he has his mentees come over, and she meets the young men that he works with and he mentors, and they just talk really great about him, and talk about how much they respect him, how much they love Shaq and stuff like that, and like shows that he has a good character and he's a good guy. And I'm like, and she seems like, she's impressed. She's like, oh, okay, that's great. And she made cookies for them, and they were having a good time and sitting and talking. She got basically more sense of who he was as a man, what he does every day in a different, because he has different events. And he actually talks about how he got a job offer that was out of state, and how he turned the job down because he's focusing on their marriage and things like that, and that he doesn't want to take anything right now because he's trying to work on his marriage with her, and that's his main focus at this time. So she's like, oh wow, she was very like off guard because she really didn't know. He didn't really discuss it with her. And my whole thing is, what's the point of him discussing it with you? What was you gonna say? You want to move from Nashville and go to where he the job? Yeah, I don't think so. I'm happy that I think that it was a smart move for him not to take the job, because he doesn't know what's gonna happen with that situation. So he's trying to make the smart moves because he is married and he wants to do what's best for their relationship. So for me, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, I didn't see anything wrong with it. But if you look at the episode, after party episode with Keisha Knight, she was acting like she was about to cry, and she was like, I wish, she was basically talking about how she kind of wished that he would have talked to her about it and things like that. She wanted to have a discussion about it, but my whole thing is, what does he need to discuss with her about anything? Let's be real. She's not an open book, and she's not very real about her responses to a lot of stuff. It's like she be faking it for the show. She be trying to act one way on the screen, but he already made it clear during his time being on After Party, which they barely have him on, and they need to have Shaquille on After Party a little bit more because he's very interesting. Kirsten's not a very interesting person. Like, she's very boring. I don't know why on After Party they keep having her on there. She's not interesting. So my whole thing is, when she was on After Party, she was acting like she was gonna cry because she doesn't want to open up. That's my thing with Kirsten that I don't understand. She keeps with this wall up, keep making excuses. So she said she wants to have quality time. So she made the the effort this episode to make a spa day at home. And she had wine. She fixed him a glass of wine. She had the foot massages there, and they were having a spa day where they sit and they soak their feet. So she put a blindfold over him and had him open up, and he was opening up again about his upbringing and how, how hard it was him growing up because he couldn't play sports. So he had to basically prove himself in more different ways than he did before, which he did, which was hard on him growing up because, he's a black kid, and, he had more work to do and things to prove because he couldn't play sports. So he had to prove his intelligence and prove himself in different avenues of his life, and it was a very tough thing. And also he talked about the fact that he was balding early on. That's the reason why he's bald, because he was basically receding and losing his hair early on. So that's why he was bald. He was very vulnerable. This episode, he told her to be vulnerable. There's a lot to know about me. So he said, oh, yeah, let me know a little bit about yourself. Close, won't say nothing. Oh, I can't say nothing right now. Oh, da-da-da. What? I thought that you said that there's a lot to know about you. Now when he's peeking and trying to get more deep into what there is to know about you, now it's nothing to know about you. There's nothing to know about you. Oh, you already know all that you need to know. What? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's not very smart. There's something not right with her. She needs to get help with that, because she did kind of admit that she's been hurt before during the episode as well. So I think that's why she's closed off, because she was in a relationship for some years. She admitted that a little bit. She didn't get deep in depth with it, but she did say a little bit that she got hurt before. Because she got hurt before in that relationship, it has her to the point where she does not want to open up to anybody else. So for me, why are you on the show? Why did you come to the show if you're not willing to open up? You don't have that long to get to know him, so you need to open up soon, because it's already a month on the show now, and you still haven't opened up to say nothing. Every time he tries to open up to you, you don't want to talk about nothing. You don't want to get deep into anything. You want to open up or say anything. But you expect this man to bend over backwards and do this, that, and the other for you and tell you this and tell you that. And he opens up and you keep giving him the brick wall every single time. It's just like, I'm getting sick and tired of Kirsten. And I'm happy next episode, because they show a little peek of next episode and he talks to her and he tells her that straight up. Like, I open up all the time and I'm getting sick of this game where I ask you to open up and it's like it's so hard for you to open up to me, but you want me to open up to you all the damn time and give this and give that, but you can't give me the simple thing that I'm asking for. And like he said, it's not about you, Kirsten. It's just not about you 24/7. And I'm just getting sick of you talking about you can't open up, but you got a person that's in a marriage that wants to work with you, but you don't want to work with that person. It's not making sense to me. And for me, if you don't want to be in this, you need to call it quits too and get a divorce too, Kirsten, because at this point it's getting old, the same excuse with her. Okay, you've been hurt. You don't think he's been hurt? He just told you he had a car accident. Him and his family could have died. He was receding and losing hair early on in age, and it made him feel self-conscious about himself. So he had to deal with being bald, dealing with the scar that's on his face because he had the accident, and dealing with that and being self-conscious about that. And then as a man, he couldn't play sports what all the kids in his neighborhood was doing. He had to prove himself with his intelligence and other avenues to prove that he was a man. So what are you talking about? You're not the only person that's been hurt before, Kirsten. Like, I'm sick of her. Like, at this point, either open up, talk, and let this man in, or just get a divorce and let this man go, because someone else could have easily took her place. I don't know why they put Kirsten on the show either. I don't know why they put Eris on the show and why they put Kirsten on the show, because neither one of them are emotionally available. They're both mentally checked out and not emotionally available for anybody. They keep making excuses up and down why they can't do this and why they can't do that. So they should have never came on the show. They should have went and got their healing and got some therapy or did some spiritual healing and wrote out some stuff and journaled a little bit, okay, and figured out why they feel the way they feel, and do some deep healing on their own, spirituality healing. Or they should have went to a professional therapist and got help with these deep-rooted emotional disconnections and attachment issues that they're having, where they don't want to attach to nobody because they don't want to be hurt anymore, because they've been hurt in the past and they don't want to feel it no more. It's like it's getting tiring. So what do you think about Shaquille and Kirsten this episode? And like, comment, subscribe. This is Goddess Journey. Thank you. Talk to you later, YouTube.